are spying on. The White House tonight saying it is keeping all options on the table. The Pentagon saying today they don't believe there are any weapons on board. And yet this is another hit to the already strained relationship between the U.S. and China. And now America's top diplomat is postponing a high-profile trip to Beijing just this weekend. We have all angles of this story covered, beginning with CBS's David Martin from the Pentagon.
The Chinese balloon is enormous, carrying a payload of cameras and antennas as big as 2 or 3 school buses. It is powered by solar panels and steered by a rudder as the prevailing winds push it eastward across the United States at an altitude of 60,000 feet. China says it's simply a weather balloon that lost its way, but U.S. officials don't believe it.
The fact is, we know that it's a surveillance balloon.
And the reason Secretary of State Blinken canceled his trip to meet with China's President Xi.
I made clear that the presence of this surveillance balloon in U.S. airspace is a clear violation of U.S. sovereignty and international law. That it's an irresponsible act.
It came over the Aleutian Islands in Canada and passed over Montana, where intercontinental ballistic missiles are based. Today, it was spotted over Missouri, where commercial pilots were ordered to be on the lookout. Pentagon officials say it carries no weapons. It is not likely to pick up any intelligence Chinese satellites haven't already collected in their frequent orbits over the U.S.
Are we certain about that? If we haven't actually captured the asset, if we haven't actually looked at the instrumentation, do we know exactly what we're dealing with?
Republican Congressman Mike Gallagher, chairman of the House Select Committee on China, says the military should have shot it down before it ever reached the lower 48.
We just have to send a signal that violations of our airspace, violations of our sovereignty like this will not be tolerated, and they'll be met with a strong response.
One official told CBS News President Biden initially wanted to shoot it down, but Pentagon leaders said it was too risky.
Any potential debris field would be significant and potentially cause civilian injuries or deaths or significant property damage.
Shalom. That was relating to a China spy ball going into areas of the U.S. Relating to that was a CBS News report. Some more information recently. Some other articles. CNN, CBS, ABC. Washington Post. According to reports, Biden wanted to shoot it down, but his staff said it would be too risky, and it would be too risky, you know, related to damage. I'll read a report on CNN talking about plus afraid of casualty or damages relating to that, man. So pretty much outweigh the, just, leaving it alone. But if it's a foreign object, coming into your space, you don't know what intent it is. So, it would be natural if you probably, do something about that. But, like I said, they wanted to do relating to monitor it, see what's going on with it. Let me get that article real quick. Because China has spy balloons. Suspected Chinese spy balloons have been flying over the United States for a couple of days. A couple officials said ahead of the planned trip to Beijing by the U.S. Secretary Anthony Blinken. Pentagon described as is a surveillance balloon rejecting China's claim that The balloon is a civilian airship for researcher deviated from course. Pentagon said the balloon doesn't present a current threat, and the U.S. continues to monitor it as it moves towards the eastward over the central U.S. There's Montana, some other ones. They have military bases on those places. So let me get this report. Going right here. Let's get another report. Let me see if I can get this one here. Wall Street Journal. Alright. Let's just continue with the articles. Let me get this particular article here talking about why they chose not to do certain things. There's a video here. China says alleged spy balloon studies weather. So that'd be, I guess, part of that research, as they claim. All right. Here was an article here, CNN, talking about a little bit about, let me see. I'll read a little bit here. As the U.S. and its Canadian partners continue to monitor a suspected Chinese surveillance balloon floating above the northern United States, one question stands out among the rest. Why hasn't it been shot down? Officials have said that the balloon path carries over a number of sensitive sites. And part of those sensitive sites probably the military bases, but and other, areas too. In the U.S., the balloon, which is the size of 3 buses, has been seen over Montana, which is home of the underground U.S. military intercontinental ballistic missile silos. But ultimately, officials determined that potential damage of fallen debris outweigh the risk of the balloon. So basically, not only those areas, but other areas around it, residential. So if it was shot down, it'd be serious, damage, collateral damage, man. In those areas, as they were claimed. But the untimely officials determined that the potential damage of fallen debris outweigh the risk of the balloon itself, which they said does not have the ability to bring in more intelligence than spy satellites in low Earth orbit, which China already uses, man. So that's this example. This is CNN. I'm not going to read all of it, but CNN article relating to why. Because they wanted to shoot it down, but it's too risky to do it. His advisement relating to, his intelligent advisement says it's too risky, it's too much risk, especially over the areas that it's going over. Here's some of the examples here. Montana, it's Air Force Base, Billings, Montana, North Dakota, Air Force Base, Minot Air Force Base, different military facilities, man. Right. We get Let me get the scripture real quick. I'm going to get Galatians 2 and 4. And that because of false brethren unawares brought in, who came in privily to spy out the liberty which we have in Hamashiach, the Yahushua, that they might bring us into bondage. And the point is, they privily come in secret, come privately, and to spy out the liberty, man. Like this balloon, man. It's coming in to spy out the liberty relating to the adversary, relating to its opposition, man. So it's coming in to spy at liberty. Liberty is what? The freedom, man. Let me get another scripture. Ezekiel, something came up. Ezekiel 38, I believe. It's going to be short. Ezekiel 30, let me see. Let me look for this scripture. Shalom. Here we go, 38 and 11. And thou shalt say, I will go up into the land of unwalled villages. Unwalled villages is pretty much an open space, man. There's no wall, no fence, no protection. So pretty much you go into there, man. And I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely. So that goes into that privily and at liberty, man. So they going into where people are at rest or at ease, pretty much. Or their guard when they're at rest and at ease, man. And that relates here, man. I'm gonna read that again. And thou shalt say, I will go up into the land of unwalled villages, and I will go to them that are at rest and that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls and having neither bars nor gates. That's America, man, because they going into a place of unwalled villages, no fence, no barrier, no protection to them, and they're at rest. That's the citizens, man. They're at rest where they're dwelling safety, man, and having plenty of liberty, man. For the example of that, these other nations, hypothetically, with this spy ball, next it could be something else. And U.S. can do the same thing as well as them too, man, because U.S. spies on them, just like these other countries spy on each other. They all spy on each other. Take a spoil and take a prey, turn thy hand upon the desolate places that are now inhabited, and upon the people that are gathered out of the nations, which have gotten cattle, goods, and that dwell in the midst of the land. So, pretty much take in there, go in there and spoil and take advantage of the situation, man. So they're going to go in there to the unwalled villages, places that's unprotected, where people dwell safety, to do what they need to do, spoil their goods, take their goods, man. You know what I mean? Because there's no form of protection, no form of resistance, so they can just go in there, man. That's what that is. I want to see if I can get that in a different wording relating to Ezekiel 38 and 11. Let's try to let me try the GNT, see what it says on that. I'm gonna look up that word privily. It goes to privy to. go to that. Number 11. Ooh, here we go. Number 11. You will decide to invade a helpless country. And that goes to that unwalled villages where the people live in peace and security, man. That's that peace and also liberty and safety, man. I'm gonna read it again from the top. You will decide to invade a helpless country where the people live in peace and security in unwalled towns that have no defenses, man. So that unwalled country, man, that unprotected country, man, where other countries can invade and go in. Look at Red Dawn, back in a movie back a long time ago, where the enemy forces came to invade that country, man. Number 12. You will plunder and loot the people who live in the cities. And that goes to spoil, robbing, ravaging. You will plunder and loot the people who live in the cities that were once in ruins, man. So that's the whole idea, and that goes to that spoiling, man. So they're gonna take you're gonna take their goods, their resources, and that's what that is, man. So that's the GNT version, man. Right now is spying privily relating to the liberty, man, relating to that helpless nation. And it's not really that helpless, but it's vulnerable, man. It's vulnerable and has potential vulnerability points, man, in a matter of speaking. Let's go to, let me get this, privily. Privily. In a privy manner, secret, man. Relating to that verse I read, I believe that was Galatians 2 and 4. Let's go to, in a privy manner, private or secretly. So I was doing it in a certain manner, relating to private and secretly, man. It's spying out. That's a spy, man. They go in to like a chameleon, blend in but ultimately extract what they need, man. Extract with information, you know, but do it in a private, in a privy manner, man. So the biblical definition of privily is in a privy manner, privately or secret, man. Just like that balloon, you know, it looks like it's nothing, but actually, you know, it looks harmless, but you know, that's the optics it gives, you know what I mean? Just like one's a spy, they come in harmless, but their intent is underneath, man. Let's go, let me see. All right, that was I just want to bring those two out. I ain't want to make a long lesson on it. Relating to that spy balloon, so you know, something that looks like it's harmless, you know, but you know, the tension, you know. I hope this helps in some way. I want to give all praise, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Bashim Rakakada Zaya Wolf Shalom.